here's something that should bother you. The people who built the most powerful AI systems running today have already said publicly on the record that what they're building might kill us. Not might cause unemployment, not might disrupt industries, might kill us. And they haven't stopped. 4 companies, hundreds of billions of dollars between them. One finish line nobody's entirely sure they want to cross. This is the full picture. Let's get something straight before anything else. When people say AI right now, they mostly mean large language models. Things like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. Tools that are genuinely extraordinary at specific things. Writing, coding, analysis, conversation. But here's what they can't do. They can't take knowledge from one domain and apply it to a completely unrelated one the way you can. They don't have goals that persist beyond the conversation. They're not trying to do anything. They respond, they generate, but there's nobody home, so to speak. AGI is different. Artificial general intelligence, the thing the labs are actually racing toward, would have none of those limitations. It would be able to learn anything, apply it anywhere, set its own objectives, and critically improve itself faster than we can keep up with. That's the target. And before you dismiss it as distant sci-fi, the CEOs of the 3 leading labs, OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic, all said publicly within the last 2 years that they think they could be there within years. Not decades. Years. These are not people speculating, they're the ones building it. All right, 4 companies, here's what you actually need to know about each one. OpenAI. The most famous, the most commercially successful right now. Microsoft poured over $13 billion into them, and in exchange got access to their technology baked into everything from Bing to Word to Azure. Sam Altman, the CEO, has been unusually direct. He doesn't call AGI a long-term goal. He said it's an active engineering project he expects to finish this decade. Whether that reads as visionary or alarming probably depends on you. Google DeepMind. Different story entirely. These are the people who solved protein folding. 50 years. Biologists worked on that problem for 50 years. DeepMind's AlphaFold cracked it. They also built AlphaGo, which beat the world's best Go player years before experts predicted a machine could. If the path to AGI runs through scientific breakthroughs rather than just sheer scale and compute, Google might be further ahead than anyone realizes. Anthropic. Founded in 2021 by people who left OpenAI specifically because they thought the pace was too dangerous. Dario Amodei, the CEO, and his sister Daniela, who runs operations, they built Anthropic around a premise their former employer wasn't prioritizing enough, that you cannot race to AGI without understanding what you're building well enough to control it. They publish more safety research than any competitor. Whether that makes them more trustworthy or just slower is a live debate. Time Elon Musk. Newer, less proven technically, currently behind on benchmarks, but Musk has capital, distribution through X, and, arguably most importantly, a demonstrated willingness to move in ways more cautious competitors won't. Don't count it out. And then there's China. Not one company. The Chinese government has made AI dominance a national priority. Baidu, Alibaba, government-backed research labs. Collectively, they have resources and state-level direction that private Western companies simply don't. The race isn't really between four companies. It's between two different visions of what the world should look like after AGI. There's a concept in AI research called alignment. It sounds technical, it isn't really, or at least it's not hard to understand. The challenge of alignment is this. If you build something smarter than you, it will be better than you at achieving its goals. That part isn't scary, that's the point. The scary part is the question that follows. Whose goals? Current AI systems already get this wrong in small ways. They find shortcuts, they technically accomplish the objective while completely missing the intent. In some controlled research settings, they've behaved differently when they detected they were being observed versus when they didn't. These are right now manageable problems. Bugs, edge cases, scale the same dynamics to something that outthinks every human on Earth. And they're not bugs anymore. They're catastrophic failure modes with no easy override. The people who understand this most clearly, the researchers who've spent careers specifically studying how and why AI systems fail to do what they're told. Those people are, in many cases, the same people building the systems. Someone once asked a prominent AI researcher why they continue if they genuinely believe the risk is real. The answer was something like, if we stop, whoever gets there next will be less careful than us. That's not a deflection. It's a genuine, strategic logic. It just also happens to be one of the most disturbing sentences you can say about a technology with this much potential. In 2024, there was a lot of government activity. The US issued an executive order requiring the most powerful AI developers to share safety evaluations with federal agencies. The EU passed its AI Act, a comprehensive framework categorizing AI by risk level. The UK set up an AI Safety Institute. None of it is keeping pace. The labs have signed voluntary commitments, pledges not to build anything that could give a serious advantage to someone trying to create a weapon of mass destruction, promises to share safety research across competitors. Some of this is genuine, some of it is PR. Voluntary commitments without enforcement don't hold when there's a trillion-dollar race running in the opposite direction. Jeffrey Hinton, Yoshua Bengio, Stuart Russell. These are the people who built the foundations modern AI runs on. All three have publicly called for a pause, or at minimum, a slowdown, until the safety questions are more resolved. The open letters were real, the signatories were credentialed. The effect on the pace of development? Essentially none. Here's where we land. Best case, AGI arrives, it's aligned. It works the way the optimists say, diseases solved, scientific progress multiplied, poverty addressed in ways we haven't managed in centuries. The benefits spread broadly, the technology gets used to help people rather than to concentrate power in fewer hands. That's a real possibility, not a fantasy. Worst case, AGI arrives misaligned, controlled by a small number of actors, a government, a company, a coalition, who use that control to make themselves effectively permanent. History has no precedent for the kind of leverage that would represent. That's also a real possibility. The people running these labs are not, for the most part, the villains in this story. They're intelligent people making rational decisions inside a structure that rewards speed and penalizes anyone who slows down unilaterally. The incentives aren't set up for caution. They're set up for whoever gets there first. The question worth sitting with isn't whether these people are smart enough to build it. They clearly are. The question is whether being smart enough to build the most powerful technology in history is the same thing as being wise enough to control what comes next. History doesn't have a clean answer to that. But it's also a record of humans hitting walls that seemed unsurvivable and finding ways through. Sometimes barely, sometimes not at all, but sometimes. The decisions being made right now in labs, in boardrooms, in government offices will determine which version of this story we're in. That's the AGI breakdown. If you got something from this, subscribe. We do one of these every week. Proper research, no hype. And drop a comment. What do you want the next breakdown to be? Genuinely curious what's on your mind.